This is a video demonstration of our LT Mini HD series web service interface, and I'm going to be showing you the new look of this interface and some of the features that you can find on this DVR. I already have my DVR pull up right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in, and this is the new interface of the DVR's LT Mini HD only. So as you see, it looks similar to the IPC cameras or the megapixel cameras. Now it's a new and fresh design. Here to the right you can see the pan, tilt, zoom controllers and some of the image controllers as well. On the left side you can see the camera channels. In this particular case, this is a 16 channel DVR. You can open all of the channels if you wanted to. From here you can start the bi-directional talk. Here on the local play you can access any of the footage that you have saved on your DVR. Just simply search for that path and you can just start playing it right away. It's very simple. You can double click on it and to go full screen. You can actually pause this if you wanted to. You can do auto zooming or digital zooming in this case, and you see it will digitally zoom on the picture. You can start recording this if you wanted to. You can take a snapshot if you wanted to as well. I mean, it's very simple. It's very similar to the other interface, just a fresh look of the new interface. As you see here, you can see the tabs to access different settings of the DVR. Let's start by accessing the live tab, and this is where you can see the cameras live. You have different layouts here. You can have a different type of layouts, and this is something cool that the DVR has. This feature has to be enabled at the DVR. When you right click on the DVR local interface, you will see an option there that says multi-preview, and then you can enable that option, and then you can tell what resolution is going to be enabling or displaying the preview. So then nothing's going to happen at the local interface. Then here what you do is you can choose the layout that you wanted the preview to show up. For example, I wanted to show up on a 4 channel view, and there you go. I can just double click on it. It's just displaying a preview of the cameras that you have. Here you have the layouts of the cameras itself. Very simple. You can open all of the channels if you wanted to by just clicking here. Using the mainstream or the substream, you can click here in this little arrow and you will have those options. Now if you go to the channel itself, you have the option to open the channel or the camera live feed using mainstream or substream. So as you see, if I go to channel 1, I have the option for the substream. I can go to the next window and choose channel 2, and I can open it using the substream instead. Very simple. Let's go ahead and go to Playback. This is the next tab. Here you can review footage. Now the interface is similar to the interface that you see at the local DVR side. So when you're in front of a DVR, in front of a TV, and you go to search, this is similar to that interface. Now you have up to 16 channel playback on this particular channel, on this particular DVR, I'm sorry, and you have all different types of layouts. So you have 1 channel view, 4 channel view, 8 channel view, and 16 channel view. Again, this depends on the DVR. And if you simply wanted to play any footage, you can choose any date that you want it, and here on the bottom you can see this is the footage that DVR has been recording at this date. You can just click on it and you can see the cameras start playing based on that date. Now if you wanted to play it at the particular time on a different camera, you will have to go to the channel and then choose the time that you wanted to play. For example, I can just, on channel 2, I can just go ahead and play it at 4 o'clock, and you can see right there is 4 o'clock and channel 1 is playing at 9:57, and so on and so forth. You can do the same thing every time you click one of the windows that is showing live feed. You can see here this bar will change, and that is indicating that there's different type of motions or different type of events. at that particular channel that you're choosing. Okay, let's right click to go back. Let's go to 4-channel layout view, and then you can play your first 4 channels. You can choose what channels are going to be. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4 are fine. So if I start playing here, I click in here, and again, it's going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go to the next channel and then do around this time. It's fine. Alright, it's very simple, very easy to use. Again, you can from here double click on the window to go full size. You can just close this if you wanted to, or right click to go back and close all of the channels. Now here, this option, file list, you have more options here. You can choose what channel, right, and what time you want to download, for example. So you click on the times that you want to download per channel, and then you click download, and then it's going to ask you, okay, where you want to download it. Now something very interesting is that you now have to have the chance to save the file as a DAV, which is a native file system, or ASF, which is an open source system that pretty much every video player out there will be able to play. You don't have to convert the file. That's what I'm trying to say. Here you can just choose ASF, and then you see it disappears because it's a different type of file. Okay, so then you give it a name. Let's say test, and then you start downloading. Alright, and you can see here the speed and the progress and all that. Okay, it's very simple. I'm just going to stop this. I just wanted to show you that. Now you can go to more, and you have more options. You can go to this section right here, and then choose the channel that you wanted to download. You can choose the beginning time and the end time, and the type of stream or quality you want to download, and just simply click search. If there is any footage, it will show up here, and I can just simply choose its file type to download and hit download. Now another great option this new interface have is that you can choose the file type to be obviously DAV or ASF, or the type of download. Now you can do based on a file, or you can do based on timing. So for example, if you wanted to download just be more specific with the time that you want to download, and instead of downloading the whole time, the whole footage, you can just pick the channel you want. Let's say channel 3, pick up the day. Let's say today's let's say the 16th, and then I wanted to download it from 9:30 through 9:40. All right, let's say AM, and I wanted to use the mainstream. What I have to do next is I have to click download, and right now it's going to start downloading. And if I go to the file path where that is saved, which is under C, and by the way, you can see this in here. You can change that if you want to, but that's the default path where the file is going to be downloaded. And I can just go to C and downloads, and there you go. It's right here. It's very simple to use. Very cool feature. This is a new add-on onto the new interface of our DVRs. The next step is going to be setup. You can go to video and audio, and then change the different type of resolutions your DVR is capable of recording. You can set up snapshot from there, overlay. You can go to path and set up where the snapshot is going to go and saved on your computer. If you click channel name, now you can change all of the channels names on one page. There's a lot of new features on this new web interface. You can see here it's similar to the megapixel cameras, and if you have dealt with our megapixel cameras before, this will be a breeze for you. You can see here it gives you also for those who like to stream this video to a website. Here the stream code that allows you to stream this to a website or to a particular application that supports RTSP. You can set up email if you wanted to, UPnP. I mean, there's great new features here. If you go to event, you can go to video detect, and from here you can configure, you know, all of the channels to be you know, assigning a particular settings. You can go to one particular channel and assign a particular setting. You can go to alarm and configure different things for one or two channels or all of the channels. You can go to storage. If you go to schedule, and here you can find the settings for you to configure how the DVR is going to be recording. If it's going to be recording 24/7 or motion detection or alarm or a combination of all. You have your dates that you can choose, and also the periods of how the DVR is going to be recording. If you go to storage, here you can manage your hard drives, how your hard drives are going to behave, or the settings of the hard drives. Is they going to have hard drive grouping on your DVR or not? You can configure which channels are going to be recording to what hard drive. Also, you can set up FTP in this section as well. It's very similar again to our megapixel cameras. Here you can see on the record, you can see the extra stream recording. This is a new feature most of our DVR support, and will allow you to play back footage from your phone if you're using Tech Pro SS Plus app. If you don't have this option on, if you wanted to play back on your phone, that option is not going to work. It will work until you enable this feature and save it. From that point on, you now will be able to play back files from your phone. Under system, you can go to the general settings of the DVR, configure holiday days, you can configure day and time. I mean, very simple, very easy, and you can configure now accounts. In this new interface, you can see the authorities or the rights of that particular username that you're choosing. Display, now you can configure the resolution of the display that is connected to it directly. So in case that your TV doesn't support a resolution that you're setting here, now you can go to the GUI interface or through the web service and then change it or revert it back to a resolution that your monitor supports. So that's one of the new features of this interface. Before, we didn't used to have this. We added. It's a great feature there that it was requested for a long time. You can enable video matrix if your DVR supports it. You can actually configure different type of matrix and assign different channels if you wanted to. You can enable the tour for the display attached to the DVR. You can default the entire DVR if you wanted to. You can import and export the configurations, set up auto maintenance, push the upgrade now from here. That's a great feature that it was requested to, and then we added to this new firmware. And similar to the megapixel cameras as well, you can do the firmware from within the interface of the DVR or the camera. RS-232 configurations, PTZ. Right now I have, I believe I have like 3 PTZs in there, and here I just configure the settings of the PTZs. You know, what kind of protocol, address, and baud rate, and so on. I can copy that to all the channels if I wanted to, and it's very simple to configure. Text overlay, for those who wanted to overlay any type of information to register or from a register. You can use RS-232 or COM port or over the network. Under information, you can see the version of the firmware that you have installed on your DVR. You can see the logs. If you wanted to search for a particular log, you can do so. You have online users. You can see who is right now logged into it, and that's me. And this is my IP address of the computer that I'm logged in from. And I hope that this has been very interesting to you, and then thank you for watching.